Please watch this video to the end, subscribe, like and share. Don't forget to tap or smash on the bell icon for more.
Mary Magdalene is literally the apostle to the apostles, because Jesus sends Mary to tell the apostles that she is resurrected. So here directly, Jesus says to Mary and to the disciples, it's not over here, it's not over there, it's not coming soon. Beware that no one leads you astray, for the child of humanity is within you. And what Jesus tells them is to be aware of this and to follow it. If you seek it and follow it, then this will lead you to ultimate truth. And so that's to me, the nugget. That's the powerful thing. Mary Magdalene, who she was. If we look at all of the effort that was made to erase her from the Gospel of John, to erase her from history, to erase her from church history, to shred her gospel, to cut it into pieces, to bury it and destroy it, and none of it worked. That all of those efforts completely failed. We still have enough of the Gospel of Mary. Here it is, 2025, that we can read and hear and understand this wisdom and this truth that Mary Magdalene received from Jesus, from the Christ. No one will ever erase that.
Welcome to another episode. I am Brittany Shawley, and this is my Miracles of Mind ministry. It comes straight from my heart as a spiritual therapist and a Course in Miracles teacher of the last 15 years. And if you are someone who's on the spiritual journey and focused on awakening and knowing your soul's purpose and wanting to discover the truth of Jesus and his teachings behind religion and Christianity, this is the place for you. And today, I'm extremely excited to share with you again, Keith Giles. Welcome, Keith, to the show today.
Brittany, so good to be back. Thank you for having me back on the show, and excited to talk about this topic. It's something that's really, we were talking before we hit record, I think it's something that people really need right now.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm excited about this because the first time you were here, we talked about the quantum Jesus and decoding the lost Gospel of Thomas. And that's one of my favorite interviews, one of my favorite books. But today we get to see the feminine side of the coin. We get to talk about Mary Magdalene, really get to explore her teaching and what she brought to the world and her demonstration of this. And I am extremely excited about this. So I even want to open this up to the listener, that as people are listening and hearing us share back and forth, if they have any questions and they want to have something answered or have something grappling on their heart, to just ask it below, because I really feel like I want to attend to that and make sure that people feel heard and supported in this. And at the same time, while people are down there, might as well like and subscribe and hit that bell so you know when all of these videos are coming. But I'm excited about this. My first question for you, Keith, is what originally drew you to Mary Magdalene's story, and why do you think that it is important for spiritual seekers to understand her and her message today?
Yeah, I think what drew me to the Gospel of Mary, honestly, it just felt like the most natural next thing for me to look at after I had gone through the Gospel of Thomas. We talked last time, like initially I thought the Gospel of Thomas wasn't something to take seriously. Then I suddenly, I had something unlocked for me that I realized, oh, wow, there's something here that I'm missing. And then when I was able to see it, what I couldn't see before, which was this message of oneness and connection, I got really excited about Thomas. And then I thought, what other early texts may have also had similar messages? And the Gospel of Thomas is a Nag Hammadi text. So it was one of the texts found in Nag Hammadi. And so I looked at some of those. I looked at the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Truth, and some of the other ones that have very similar kind of messages about our shared divinity and our shared humanity. But honestly, it's hard to say why or how. Maybe the universe directed me. But I really thought, you know what, before I get into those, I really want to look at the Gospel of Mary. And so when I did, it was very encouraging, because I saw very similar messages to what we see in Thomas. And I just knew, okay, the next one needs to focus on the Gospel of Mary, because there's such a unique thing. And as you said, there's this feminine energy. It's the only gospel we have written by a woman from a woman's perspective. And also knowing, and I talk about this a lot in the book, how many people tried so very hard to suppress this gospel and to erase the person of Mary Magdalene, even from the gospels themselves. And that's been proven and documented. That I thought, okay, this even more so now, I feel like I want to give Mary and the Gospel of Mary platform because so many people have tried for so long to silence her and her voice. And I think this is the time and the place for that voice to be magnified.
Yes, I completely agree with you. And you alluded to, there's so many questions that are coming to me for this, but I want to start in this one place because you have mentioned to me and to us this idea that Mary brings the unity and oneness.
Yeah.
So can you maybe give us a little bit of an understanding of how you would encapsulate Mary's message about unity and oneness and what that means for all of us?
Yeah, absolutely. That, to me, it's really the core message that I saw in Thomas and that I see again repeated in the Gospel of Mary. It's done a couple of ways. I think the most powerful way that is illustrated is in the Gospel of Mary. I think it's chapter 9. And this is the thing, too, we have to understand. The Gospel of Mary is in fragments. Sadly, we do not have a complete copy of the Gospel of Mary. It's missing like the first 7 pages. So it begins, after that missing introduction. And then there's a section missing in the middle, which is a very key part of the message of Mary, Mary's gospel, that unfortunately, it really does look like someone intentionally removed it because the place where it stops in the middle is right when Peter asked Mary, tell us what Jesus said to you when the two of you were alone and we weren't there. And she goes, okay, Peter, I will tell you and the rest of the disciples, here's what Jesus said to me. And then it cuts off. And then it picks up again pretty much as it's winding down. And we've already heard, we've missed the heart and the meat of what it was that she was going to say. But in spite of that, in spite of the fact that this is a fragment, in spite of the fact that it does seem like people intentionally went in and tried to remove much of the message of the Gospel of Mary, thankfully they didn't get all of it. So in what we're calling chapter 9 of the Gospel of Mary, Jesus says this. It says this, when the Blessed One, and that's speaking of Christ, when the Blessed One had said these things, he blessed them, saying, peace be with you, bear my peace within yourselves. Beware that no one leads you astray, saying, look over here or look over there. For the child of humanity is within you. Follow it. Those who seek will find it. Go then and proclaim the good news of the age. And then he goes on, do not lay down any rules beyond what I determined for you, nor give a law like the lawgiver, which was Moses, lest you be confined by that. And when he had said these things, he departed. What you may not get there is that the key phrase is when Jesus says to the disciples, the child of humanity is within you, and to follow that. What Jesus is pointing the disciples to and pointing us to is that there is something within all of us that we may not be aware of, right? We need to be awakened to it. Thomas talks a lot about waking up and realizing the reality, the truth of this presence of Christ, which is in every single living, breathing thing, and we're not aware of it. So we need to wake up to that truth. So here directly, Jesus says to Mary and to the disciples that you need to recognize that it's not, I like how he says at the beginning, don't let anyone lead you astray. It's not over here. It's not over there. It's not coming soon. In Matthew, Mark, and Luke, Jesus uses a similar warning when he's talking about the kingdom of God, right? He says also, this kingdom of God is not coming soon. It's not over here. It's not over there. It's within you. The kingdom of God is within you. Here in the Gospel of Mary, he uses a similar warning, but now he says that what's within all of us is this thing called the child of humanity. Now, I caught it right away when I read that phrase. I was like, oh my gosh. But if you don't catch it, let me explain to you what's really going on here. There is a messianic title it's originally found in the book of Daniel, but it's repeated in Matthew, Mark, and Luke as a messianic title for Jesus as the Messiah or as the Christ.